Hey Glam Squad, welcome back to Beginner's Guide to Makeup, the series that helps busy women with their makeup struggles in just a few easy steps. Today we are discussing prominent eyes and the best eyeshadow technique for your eye shape. Before we begin, you might want to know if you have a prominent eye shape. A prominent eye is when your eyes are big and appear to protrude from your eye socket and lower lash line. You don't have a defined crease, but plenty of lid space. The most complementary makeup look for this eye shape is a smoky eye, as the dark shades recede space and size. For this lesson, you'll need 2 to 3 brushes, 2 blending brushes, although one is optional, I just like to have a clean one on hand, and a flat eyeshadow brush. You will need a neutral eyeshadow palette, a light matte brown, a medium brown, and a light shadow to act as a highlight. You'll also need a pencil liner and mascara. If you're new to makeup, you might be a little confused about eyeshadow placement and lingo, so let's quickly run through it. The lid of the eye is the area from the top of your eyeball down to your lash line. The crease is the area above your eyeball. The brow bone is just under your brow. The inner corner is the area between your tear duct and nose. The lower lash line is the area just under your lower lashes. The skin above it is called the waterline. And then lastly, the skin underneath your top lashes is called your tight line. Before we apply any products, you want to prime your lids. This can be a primer or a concealer and powder. It will give coverage to the eyes, covering veins, and it will also make your eyeshadows pop and stop them from creasing. Take your blending brush, holding it at the end of the handle, and your first eyeshadow, and start to blend this back and forth across the crease of the eye. Once the shadow is in place, you can start to swirl it up towards the brow bone. This shade should be about 1 to 2 shades darker than your skin tone, and it will act as a base, will help your eyeshadows blend, look smoother and airbrushed on the skin. Take your second blending brush, holding it again at the end of the handle for the least amount of pressure, and a darker brown shadow. This can be as dark as you want your eye makeup to look. I'm using a medium matte brown because I want this look to be a little bit more subtle, and mattes are always easier to work with. This shade goes right into the crease of the eye, swirling it back and forth across the crease, and again swirling it into the first shade we use, but not going as high up. And then we're going to dip into a little bit more of that eyeshadow and simply just patting this onto the lid. We want to do the crease work first because that's the most important, and then you can start placing down the shadow on the lid. Now I'm just going back with my first blending brush because it's nice and clean, and I'm just literally blending around the edges, making sure there's no harsh lines. Pinch your blending brush with your finger and your thumb. This will turn it into a pencil style brush, and you just want to run this in the lower lash line just to tie the whole look together. Then you can just take your brush again and just blend out any harsh lines. Then you can go in with your eyeshadow brush and a little bit of your matte beige or white eyeshadow, and just pop this in the inner corner and also the brow bone to open up the eyes, and just tie the whole look together. Now you want to go in with a little bit of liner, so you want to run this on the lower lash line. You can also run it up on the top lash line. This will make your lashes look thicker once you apply your mascara, but this is totally optional. Give yourself time to blink in between application. Or an easier technique is to place the pencil on the lower lash line, close your eyes and blend back and forth. This will line your tight line and your waterline at the same time. You can use white or black liner, whichever you prefer. Black will make your eyes appear smaller and white will brighten and make your eyes pop. Finish with mascara or lashes depending on how dramatic you want your look. For example, on the left I applied a second application of shadow and lashes, and on the right I finished with mascara to show you how natural and dramatic you can take this look. I really hope you enjoyed this week's lesson. Pop back on Tuesday for another beginner's lesson, and feel free to check out my Beginner's Guide to Makeup playlist. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it useful, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave. My question to you is, what tip did you find most valuable from this video? Take care, and I'll see you next week.